Peter Schiff. Now he is the chief economist and global strategist for Euro-Pacific Capital. Peter, pick up where Marty left off. People seem to be already making those decisions, and that's what we found from Amazon today.
Yeah, well, I think we also got some news from the government that in the first quarter, GDP contracted by 1.4%. So I think this will end up being the first quarter of this recession. But this is going to be a very deep recession. It's going to last for a long time. It could be the worst recession anyone has experienced. And what's going to make it particularly problematic is going to be inflation. Inflation is high and it's going higher. So you're going to have the combination of a very weak economy in recession and high inflation getting worse. And its inflation is going to complicate the severity of the recession and make it that much more difficult for average Americans to endure it.
Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Janet Yellen, more shocks likely coming to the economy and to challenge the economy. What are the other storm clouds?
Well, Janet Yellen has a very poor understanding of the economy. She had a poor understanding as Fed chairman, and before that, she had a poor understanding when she was a member of the FOMC. I mean, she was clueless about the financial crisis that was looming right around the horizon. And of course, she was jumping on the bandwagon more recently of inflation being transitory when it clearly was not. So she doesn't really know very much about the economy. She's just there to talk up the economy, no matter what, no matter how bad it looks. She's going to put positive spin on it, but it's a disaster. Yesterday, we got the worst trade deficit in U.S. history in goods. It's horrific.
Peter,
the economy is a disaster.
But the way you're talking, okay, is that, you sell all your stocks and put all your money in U.S. Treasuries and don't spend a dime. That's not what the U.S. economy is doing. And if you look around, airlines have never been busier. It's tough to get hotel rooms, and everything for the summer is booked up. The American consumer still feels like things at least have the potential to be okay.
Well, first of all, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not encouraging anyone to buy U.S. Treasuries.
I'm just saying based on how you're talking.
No, well, that's
gold,
wrong.
I guess. I don't know.
Treasuries are about the worst place you could put your money because inflation is going to destroy their purchasing power. But look, yes, people still have hope, but the Fed is printing a lot of money, and the value of that money is going down. It's going to crash eventually. I mean, it's not about the consumer, it's about the producer. And I just said we have the worst trade deficit in our history because our economy is not productive. What we're doing is printing a lot of money, and we're spending that money to buy things that are made in other countries. So it's the rest of the world that's being productive, not America. We're being profligate. We're just spending the money that the Federal Reserve creates out of thin air. But that's inflation. That's the source of the inflation. It's not Putin. It's not the pandemic. It's the Federal Reserve. It's the U.S. government running record budget deficits, being monetized by a Federal Reserve that's printing all this money. The money is losing value. Prices are going up. The government is being dishonest about how much because the CPI grossly understates the degree at which prices are rising. Prices are rising at more than double the rate that the government claims, which means
I got it. I feel like rather than a thunderstorm, we've got a Cat 5 hurricane coming. Peter, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right.